I'm Lucy,
And we're XX Science. So, what are we going to be talking about today, Lucy?
Well, quite a lot of people around this time of year, they've firmed up their offer for university, or they're looking at university, they're considering it for the year after when they finish college. And you might be thinking, where am I going to live?
So, in first year, a majority of students live in university-provided accommodation or halls.
Or digs, as some
digs, yes.
My parents call them.
Basically, a lot of the time, I think the way that most unis work is that you apply for halls after you've gotten your results in the summer, and then you can choose certain priorities that you've got with a lot of unis, and then they allocate you somewhere to live.
So those priorities can be whether you'd prefer to live with, so for me it was people who'd taken a year out, because I'd taken a year out, and so I wanted gap year. Also smoking and non-smoking, that was a
certain halls.
Yep, and ensuite, not ensuite.
Yep, you can prioritise by budget, you can prioritise by quite often length of rent, you can prioritise, quite often they give you an option to sort of say what your interests are, and they let you kind of try and get you in a flat with, if people not doing the same degree as you, people with similar interests. So what would you need when you first get to uni?
Well, I brought so much completely irrelevant stuff, it was ridiculous. But what do you actually need when you first get there? So you need to be able to cook.
Unless you are in catered
accommodation, because you don't need your kettle, you don't need a toaster, a microwave, anything like that. But you do need some pans, a pizza pan thing, you know, one of those ones with the holes in it in the bottom. They're really good.
I haven't had one of them and I've been fine. So it
something
depends.
to put your pizza on. It's important. Various crockery, things like that. And you might mugs. And you'll need pint glasses, but they'll just turn up throughout the year from various places. And possibly something with like a little logo on it, shows it's yours. Mine's all got flowers on it.
Or another solution is to buy very, very cheap, unmatched cutlery, crockery, cooking equipment from charity shops.
And then when it breaks, or because so many things do, constantly breaking crockery, then it doesn't matter as much.
So there are quite a few other challenges as well, especially in first year. Most people have come from living with their parents, so aren't used to sharing a house with people who aren't in their family, and everyone's kind of been brought up in different ways. So one thing that somebody might find the most obvious thing in the world, somebody else might go, oh my god, you're crazy, why are you doing that? What are you doing, you heathen?
I was the crazy one in first year. I was the one where, of course, as soon as I finish cooking something, before I've eaten it, I wash the thing I've used to cook it in. But I realise now, 3 years later, that that's mad. I still do it though, because now it's clean. It's fine.
So there you go. And then there's a lot of people who just don't mop. They sweep instead. So lots of different people coming from lots of different communities and quite often different cultures, which is another thing you'll experience in first year, is that sometimes, you know, you'll walk into your flat and you'll go, what is that? That smells delicious. And it turns out that it's new food from a totally different culture, which is really actually one of the great things about halls, is that you do meet a lot of people from lots of different environments. To try and minimise these potential issues, it's quite good, even if you turn out that you look like the naggy one, it's good to organise a cleaning rota as soon as you possibly can, you know.
And also it might sound like we're being over dramatic with the whole you need a cleaning rota, but trust me, you do. I was in a house of 9 people last year with 1 kitchen, and we were in second year, so we went out a lot, and we had people stay over a lot. We were kind of the party house. The cleanliness of our kitchen, and some days it was dire. It was so disgusting, and the sheer amount of recycling was almost funny sometimes. So you need to kind of do a rota, because otherwise, if you're the person who's taking out the recycling every other day, you start to hate everyone you're living with.
So also, in first year, if you do have a problem with someone, you know, even if you're getting bullied by people you don't know, quite often the uni can come and step in and help that out. So I've had friends who've moved flats because they weren't getting on with their flatmates at all. So, you know, it's not the end of the world if you get stuck with people who you don't live with very well, because you can often talk to your university and they can often move you. But in second year, you don't have the same buffer. So you have to start dealing with bills, and if your
The
flat's
real world.
and if your flat's a little bit noisy, instead of your upstairs neighbours complaining, you might get the police coming around because your neighbours in the real world have a 4-year-old child who has been trying to sleep since 7.
But in second year as well, if you have a problem, so in first year we had a kettle that exploded, we had a microwave that exploded, we had numerous just odd things. I burnt some chorizo and I set the fire alarm off, everybody had to evacuate, and just various things like that need sorting out, that the boys downstairs couldn't sort out for us in return for bacon sandwiches. You used to just phone the security people or the maintenance people, and they'd come and they'd just bring a new kettle and take away the old one, not ask how it exploded. Whereas if it happens in your second year, you have to deal with like your landlord, and they're not quite as easy to get hold of. Still, in my second year, I had a few problems, but they're actually just quite funny. They're not like the, oh my god, this awful thing happened with my landlord. We had a wasp nest in the ventilation that they did not remove, which I found quite funny because I don't mind wasps, but it meant that we kept getting little bits of wasp fall on us in the shower.
Ooh, that's unpleasant.
Which was disgusting. And also we had no light bulbs in like half of the rooms when we came in, and we were like, sorry, hi, yeah, there's no light bulbs? And they were like, it's up to tenants to provide light bulbs. Like, no, it's not, we've just moved in.
So yeah, some little surprises like that.
They're usually funny though.
Yeah, so you will, once you're in second year, you will need to start replacing the batteries in the fire alarms by yourselves. Replacing
not
light bulbs.
nicking them for your Wii remote.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Fire alarm batteries are actually quite important. But you know, replacing light bulbs as you go along, as you go through them, that then becomes your job. But again, the uni services can help with stuff like that. They can often give you lists of, you know, things to prepare and also things to look at in a house when you're going around house viewing. So what sort of the nice areas to live are, what can suit your budget, what estimated bills should be,
What mould is.
But also if you can't find someone to live with.
So if you don't have someone to live with, so that can happen if, say, you didn't get on with your first flatmates and everybody's already sorted the house out by the time you make course friends and stuff for the second year, because it usually happens around about January.
Yeah, for us at least.
Yeah. So that can happen like that, or it can happen with, you have a friend group who are all like, yeah, let's live together, and then they go, let's live in the centre of town above a club, and you're like, no, I don't want to live there.
Or it could end up that you're in a position where you go, oh yeah, let's all live together, and they're all like, okay, so our budget's £90 a week, and you're like, I can't afford that. So quite often you can talk to your friends, because they're your friends, and go, look guys, do you actually mind compromising? Or you can sometimes work it out, so you say, can we live in a £75 a week house? And some landlords let you change rent depending on what room you're in. So if maybe your budget's a bit smaller, you can say, like, I'll take the small room, but do you guys mind paying a little bit more a week so I can pay a little bit less?
That's what we did in our second house, because we had some enormous rooms.
But if you can't negotiate with your friends, or if you just, you know, haven't made any friends that you feel comfortable living with, if you can't find people that you want to live with, quite often the uni can put you in touch with other people looking for houses. Or
they have housing fairs, so it's like find a roommate. They'll have a little fair on at the uni where everyone's like, oh, I'm into this. Is anybody into this?
There's been some housing speed dating that's happened as well. So people basically go around and you can get on with people. But quite often as well, around this time of year on Facebook, you find people going, oh, we're in a house of 5, we all do this course, we need a 6th person, this is the rent. So there's lots of solutions.
There's Facebook, findaroommate.com, Gumtree, there's loads of places.
So there's lots of solutions, and it's always a little bit scary moving away from home. Feeling homesick as well is perfectly normal. That, you know, some people have never been away from home for more than a week before. So basically, I guess what we're saying is, don't worry too much about it. Have a little bit of patience with people, but also remember that what you think is normal might be somebody else's extreme. So you might actually be the weird one. With us, I think we were definitely the weird one.
We were the weird ones. I was the cleaning, accidentally dyeing the shower pink every time I washed my hair. Yeah, I was playing music very loud, thinking that was completely fine. So just be a little bit careful around people, especially in the first few weeks. But your uni can help you.
Your friends can help you.
Your friends can help you, your family can help. And if you've got any questions for us, because we have gone through it all, we're in third year now, we know it all about old hat for the uni accommodation, and we've both I now live in a 3-bed house where we we sort out our own bills, and you do it through a bill splitting thing, so we both have
so we both had different ways of dealing with bills. So I've also been in a house with all bills included, which is lovely, which you have to worry about it. But yeah, so if you want to message us about it, you can find us on Twitter at xx_science.
And on Facebook at /xxscience.
So yeah, I think that's us for today. So please like, comment, share and subscribe. I've been Beth.
I've been Lucy.
And we've been XX Science.